Let me ask you something. Have you ever driven past a vending machine in a hospital hallway, a gym lobby, an office break room, and thought to yourself, who owns that thing? And more importantly, how much money is it actually making? Because here's what the internet will tell you. Vending machines are passive income. Set it up, walk away, watch the money roll in while you sleep. And here's what I wanted to know. Is that actually true? Or is it just another guru fantasy dressed up in nice clothes? So I did something most people don't do. I didn't watch a YouTube video about it. I didn't read a blog post. I didn't buy a course. I went and looked at the actual numbers. Real vending routes, real revenue, real expenses, real profit, or real loss. And what I found completely changed how I think about this business model. Some of it will excite you, some of it will surprise you, and one part of it I'm going to save for the end of this video because it's the part that nobody in the vending space wants to talk about openly. I'm giving all of it to you completely free, so if you're getting value from this channel, hit the like button right now. Not at the end, right now, one tap. It costs you absolutely nothing and it helps this video reach more people who are making real financial decisions with real money. And if you're new here, look at the subscribe button, hit it. Because every single week on this channel, I break down boring businesses with real numbers. No hype, no gurus, no fantasy income claims. The bell too, hit the bell, because next week's video is going to make some people very uncomfortable, and I don't want you to miss it. Okay, the numbers. Here's the version of vending machine income you've probably seen online. Guy buys one machine for $3,000, places it in a busy gym, makes $800 a month. Buys a second machine, then a third. Within a year, he's got 20 machines making $16,000 a month completely passively. He's on a beach somewhere. The machines run themselves. You've seen that video. We've all seen that video. Now here's the question I actually asked myself when I saw that. Where are the expenses in that story? Because a vending machine business has real expenses. Product cost, machine maintenance, location rent or commission, fuel for route servicing, repairs, replacement parts, merchant processing fees on card transactions. None of those things appear in the beach photo. So I wanted to know, after all the expenses are paid, what does a real vending road operator actually take home? That's the number that matters. Not gross revenue, not what the machine collects, what you actually keep. Let's start small, because most people entering this business don't start with 20 machines. They start with 5 to 10. I looked at a real vending route, 8 machines, placed in a mix of office buildings and a mid-sized gym in a mid-sized American city. Not New York, not rural Iowa, a regular city that most of us would recognize. Here's what the gross revenue looked like. The 8 machines collectively generated $6,200 per month in gross sales. That sounds strong. That's the number that gets posted in the highlight reel. Now let's subtract reality. Product cost. Vending products, snacks, drinks, convenience items cost the operator roughly 35 to 40% of gross revenue to purchase and restock. On $6,200, that's $20,170 to $20,480 going straight back out in product. Location commission or rent. Most locations don't give you floor space for free. Gyms, offices, and hospitals typically take 10 to 15% of gross revenue as a commission or charge a flat monthly rent. On this route, $620 to $930 per month going to the locations. Fuel and route servicing. Someone has to drive to every machine, restock it, collect cash, check for jams. If you're doing it yourself, your time has a cost. If you're paying someone, budget $400 to $600 per month for a part-time route driver. Merchant processing fees. Card readers are non-negotiable in 2026. Every card transaction costs roughly 2.5 to 3% in processing fees. On a route doing $6,200 per month with 70% card usage, that's another $108 to $130 per month quietly leaving your pocket. Maintenance reserve. Vending machines break, motors fail, card readers malfunction, bill validators jam. Smart operators set aside 8 to 10% of gross as a maintenance reserve. On this route, $496 to $620 per month in reserve. Now let's add it up. Gross revenue, $6,200. Product cost, $2,225. Location commission, $775. Route servicing, $500. Card processing, $120. Maintenance reserve, $558. Net profit, $1,222 per month. From an 8-machine route doing $6,200 gross, you're keeping roughly $1,900 per month. Is that good? Is that bad? Hold that number, because context is everything. Now here's the question that separates smart, boring business buyers from people who get burned. Is $1,900 per month worth it? And worth what exactly? Let's talk about what you put in to get that $1,900 out. If you bought this 8-machine route, you're looking at an acquisition cost of roughly $12,000 to $18,000. Let's use $15,000 as our number. $1,900 per month on a $15,000 investment. That's a cash-on-cash return of 15.2% annually. Now compare that to what most people do with $15,000. A high-yield savings account is paying roughly 4.5 to 5%. The S&P 500 average is 10%, but that's not guaranteed, and you can't call it passive income. A vending route returning 15% cash-on-cash, with real monthly deposits and a tangible asset you control, is genuinely competitive with almost any investment vehicle. So is $1,900 per month worth it? On a $15,000 investment? Yes. Objectively, yes. But, and this is a real but, only if 3 conditions are met. And this is where most vending route buyers stumble. Because here's the honest truth about vending machine income that nobody puts in their highlight reel. It is passive income, but only after you solve 3 specific problems. Condition 1, location quality. Not all locations are created equal. A vending machine in a hospital with 400 staff members is a fundamentally different asset than a vending machine in a small office with 12 employees who bring their own lunch. The top 20% of locations generate roughly 60% of total route revenue. The difference between a route that nets $1,900 and one that nets $800 is almost entirely location quality. Before you buy, get a machine-by-machine revenue breakdown. If they won't provide it, walk away. Condition 2, the operations system. Vending income is passive when the operations are systematized. When you have a route driver, when you have a restocking schedule, when you have a machine monitoring app that alerts you to jams before you lose sales. Without a system, vending is a part-time job. The operators I spoke to who call their income truly passive all said the same thing. The first 90 days were hands-on. They learned the route, they built the system. After 90 days, the system ran itself and they stepped back. Passive income in vending is earned in the first 90 days, then collected for years. Condition 3, machine condition. Old machines are the silent killer of vending profitability. A machine that's constantly jamming loses sales and destroys your reputation with location managers. When you're evaluating a route, inspect every single machine physically, not just the revenue report, the machine itself. If the seller won't let you visit every location before purchase, that's a red flag the size of a billboard. Okay, so we've established that a real 8-machine route nets around $1,900 per month on a $15,000 investment. Now let's talk about what happens when you scale, because this is where vending becomes genuinely interesting as a business model. Year 1, you run your 8-machine route. You net $1,900 per month consistently. After 12 months, you've accumulated roughly $22,800 in net profit. Your original $15,000 investment has been returned. You're now playing with house money. Year 2, you acquire a second route with profit. Second route nets another $1,800. Year 3, same move. Now you have 30 machines. Combined net income, $5,500 to $6,000 per month. Total capital invested from your own pocket, $15,000. That is the compounding power of boring businesses. And here's the part that genuinely surprised me. At 30 machines, your time commitment with a proper system and a part-time driver is roughly 3 to 5 hours per week. 3 to 5 hours per week for $5,500 to $6,000 per month. That is, by every reasonable definition, passive income. Remember at the start of this video I told you there was one thing nobody in the vending space wants to talk about openly? Here it is. Location agreements are not permanent. This is the single biggest risk in the vending business that gets glossed over. When you place a machine or buy a route, those locations can ask you to remove the machines at any time if you don't have a solid written contract. The lease on the wall space, the exclusivity clause. Without those documents, everything you've built is sitting on someone else's floor with someone else's permission. Before you buy, confirm every location has a signed agreement with a minimum of 12 months remaining. No written agreement, negotiate it into the terms or walk away. This separates the lasting income from the fragile. So, is vending machine passive income actually real? Here's my honest answer after looking at the real numbers. Yes, but it's earned, not discovered. It is not what the beach photo suggests. The first 90 days require real work, real attention, and real decision-making. But after those 90 days, if you've chosen quality locations and built a system, it becomes as close to genuine passive income as you'll ever find. The numbers work. A 15% cash-on-cash return on a proven asset that you physically control is not a fantasy, it's math. The question is whether you are willing to put in the 90 days of work required. If the answer is yes, the opportunity is there. Drop a comment below right now. I want to know. Before watching this, did you think vending income was real or a myth? Type real or myth in the comments. I'll reply to everyone. If this gave you a clearer picture, hit the like button. Share this with one person. Subscribe and hit the bell. Every week on Boring Rich, I break down a different boring business with real numbers. Next Wednesday, how to find your first vending route. I'll see you there.